Just after 7:30 this morning, a car ploughed into a security barrier just outside Parliament here, injuring several people. The driver of the car was arrested on suspicion of terror offences. He's being questioned at a South London police station. The car was driving along the main road which runs parallel to the Houses of Parliament at the start of the morning rush hour when it swerved into the barrier, knocking over pedestrians and cyclists. A journalist was at the scene as the driver was arrested. Officers surrounded the vehicle, a silver Ford Fiesta, before the man, who appears to be in his late 20s, was arrested. No one else was in the car. The vehicle had driven over a pedestrian crossing before crashing. Here's Jane Dodge.
It's the second major incident outside Westminster in less than 2 years. Police say they're treating it as a suspected terrorist attack. Armed police officers jumped over security barriers to arrest a man in a silver car. Those barriers stopped him from getting closer to the Houses of Parliament, but several cyclists were knocked down before the car stopped. The incident happened at 7:37 as people were heading to work. The car turned off Parliament Square and onto the wrong side of Abingdon Street, where it collided with several cyclists. Eyewitnesses say the driver sped up, driving across the road into the filter lane used by vehicles dropping off and collecting from the Houses of Parliament. The car then ploughed into the security barrier installed after the terrorist attack in 2017.
I've seen this guy driving at speed, hit the bollard, then there's specialist police come on the scene and they've arrested the man, but they've evacuated the area in minutes, and there was there's a bike on the floor and a cyclist. There's at least 9-10 people lying on the floor. Then they've been told to do that by the police, or they did that as instinct.
The police say the driver is in his 20s and has been arrested on suspicion of terrorist offences. 2 cyclists were treated at the scene. They've been taken to hospital, but their injuries are not thought to be life-threatening. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said, "My thoughts are with those injured in the incident, and my thanks to the emergency services for their immediate and courageous response."
At 7:37 a.m, a silver Ford Fiesta was involved in a collision in front of the Houses of Parliament. That vehicle collided with cyclists and pedestrians before hitting a barrier and coming to a stop. 2 people have been taken to hospital. 1 man has already been discharged, and 1 woman remains in hospital being treated for serious but thankfully non-life-threatening injuries.
The government's Emergency Cobra Committee is meeting this afternoon to discuss the incident. Meanwhile, Westminster Tube Station is still closed and streets surrounding Parliament remain cordoned off.
Jane Dodge with that report. Well, I'm joined here now by Jason Williams, who's an eyewitness to events this morning. Jason, thanks for coming on the programme.
That's fine, yeah.
Where were you and what did you see?
Yeah, I was just coming over Westminster Bridge this morning, and then I've come near, I've gone past Houses of Parliament, and I've seen someone driving, a man in a car, driving a dark vehicle. I'm not sure what make the car was, but he was driving what I thought was quite fast towards Houses of Parliament, and he swerved into the bollards, and basically police have been on the scene in minutes.
Did you think it was some sort of incident when you saw that?
Yeah, I did. I was quite no. I thought it was an incident. I thought it was something that was maybe planned. Just because, because of what's been going on this year, last year, etc. Yeah.
And because of the location as well.
And the location, yeah. This has happened before, actually, recently, as we all know, yes. So,
and the police, you said, were here immediately, or?
Yeah, within minutes, definitely within about 10 minutes, yes. Yeah.
Were you frightened?
I wasn't really frightened because, like I said, it wasn't coming towards me, and I'm not easily frightened. I'm a Christian, and I only fear God. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you run away? Did you
No, I stayed put, but I didn't film it. I had lost my phone last night, so I didn't have my mobile phone. So Basically, I couldn't film it, but I recorded it mentally and I checked the time, etc. But I was told to get out of the area by police, so I ran, yeah.
That was Jason Williams, who is an eyewitness to events this morning. Let's go now to Victoria McDonald, who's outside St Thomas's Hospital, just across the river from here, where the injured have been taken care of. Victoria, what can you tell us?
Yes, Matt, just an update on Jane Dodge's item. 3 people were treated at the scene for what was described as non-life-threatening injuries. 2 were taken to hospital. Now, 1 was brought here to St Thomas's and another one was taken to St Mary's Hospital in Paddington. Now, the person that was brought here, we believe, was a woman who has what is described as serious, but again, non-life-threatening injuries, and we believe that she has now been discharged. We have no update on the patient at St Mary's. When we got here, there were police everywhere, armed, uniformed, plainclothes police all across the A&E entrance. We also saw some boxes that were marked survival response reception. Of course, the NHS is sadly well used to dealing with alleged or suspected terrorism incidents. This hospital in particular was at the scene of the Westminster Bridge attack last March. All NHS hospitals are on constant alert now for anything that might see a sudden surge in seriously injured patients.